the coaches. It's like a soap opera. Mark Jones, have you figured out the relationship between my analyst and all these coaches?
Brent, man, you talk about puzzles. This is a huge one, this coaching fraternity. You know, it all started off with Tommy Prothro, the head coach at UCLA in the late 1960s. He had Dick Vermeil and Pepper Rogers as an assistant coach. Terry Donahue was a walk-on player on that team. Anyway, Pepper Rogers took off to Kansas, and he took Donahue with him to be an assistant coach, and they hooked up there with, who else but, hey, Dick Tomey. Dick Tomey got there as a result of being a Davidson working under Homer Smith, who fired him a couple of years later. More on that in a second. Pepper Rogers head back to UCLA as head coach. He takes with him Donahue, Tomey. They hire Homer Smith on the recommendation of who else but Tomey, the guy who got canned by Smith. Confused? Let's keep going. Vermeil then takes over, our guy up in the booth there. He has Donahue and Tomey as his assistant coaches, and then Dick leaves, take the big cash in the NFL. Donahue takes over. He keeps Tomey as his assistant. Tomey says, enough of this. He goes off to Hawaii, eventually ends up in, where was it, Arizona now? Yeah, that's right, okay. And if you thought the story was over, well, it's not, because Johnny Lynn and Mike Flores, both assistant coaches at Arizona, are former UCLA players. Brent, there's a test for you at halftime. Dick, I know you know the deal.
And big bucks in the NFL.
Oh, yeah,
What's the most you ever made with the Eagles as a head coach?
I'm not going to disclose that because the IRS thinks something differently.
Gary Costin will kick it off. Arizona, in their traveling white, won the flip and deferred, so they will take the ball to start the second half. Brian Brown, the all-time record holder for UCLA with kickoff returns, coming off a splendid Saturday night game against Washington State up in Pullman. What a day for college football in Los Angeles. Speaking of Washington State, they're probably going to enjoy part of this game, and tonight they'll play the Trojans of USC over the Coliseum. Great day to hit both these games. Weather couldn't be better, and we're underway with Arizona battling, needing to get to 2-1 in the conference. Here is Brown now at the 8, 15, the 20, finds a crease and spins through out to the 28-yard line, and we get word from South Bend that Stanford has just punched in another touchdown. Here it'll be Tommy Maddox and the Bruins, the come-from-behind kid. This is his first start in the Rose Bowl. Brian Brown, the featured running back by Terry Donahue last Saturday night. The man to watch here. In that offensive line, Lance Zeno, one of the captains, he anchors it. They need some stability, need some work together. They need better run blocking as a unit. That's not from us, that's from the coaching staff. Basic I formation for the Bruins. Brown steps outside to the right, spins free, 40, 45, across midfield.
Play that was supposed to go inside, the defense didn't contain it, he bounced outside. Shouldn't let that play bounce out. Now you'll note that he bounces outside. He starts inside on a lead play, he bounces out right there, Ty Parton couldn't make the play, gets a block from the receiver down there, makes a good move, reverse pivots in and heads upfield for a good gain. They've got to keep that guy inside on that type of running play.
Dick, UCLA into Arizona territory immediately. 1st and 10 at the Wildcats' 49-yard line. Again, show basic eye. Tight end to the left. Smith coming back to the right side. He was brought down by Zeno Alexander. Speaking of that defense, let's take a look now at how the Wildcats will line up. And there will be lots of substitutes along this front. Reggie Johnson brings a lot of speed into this game. You can see number 47 there as he moves away for the defensive huddle. The linebackers, Zeno Alexander made that stop just moments ago. And in the backfield, Darrell Lewis, number 4, the man to watch. He is a blossoming superstar down in the desert. 2nd and long, Maddox's first pass, split backs, drops it off to Smith, the fullback. Smith with an opening, plunges for the first down for the Bruins.
See, they're going to come with the screens and the draws early in the ball game because University of Arizona leads defensive sacks and attacking the offensive quarterback. You'll see a screen. Now follow the fullback at the left-hand corner of your screen. He'll set up inside. Now watch him release outside. There's the layoff screen pass. The wall forms out. He gets a kick-out block. Ty Parton, 99, can't quite get there.
Dick, the Moores are the 2 wide receivers for the Bruins, Michael and Reggie. 1st and 10 against the Arizona defense. They'll run the draw. He showed pass, and his running back slips down at the 40-yard line.
Larry McDuff, the defensive coordinator for Arizona, told me that they've been winning by sacking the quarterback and taking the ball away. And to win today, He has to do the same thing. So I anticipate them using a lot of pressure defense, coming after the quarterback, the young guy.
Scott Miller brought the play in from the sideline. Backs are split again behind Maddox on this 2nd and long.
They're coming after him, Brent.
His offensive line gives him time. Goes down the sideline to Moore, incomplete inside the 10-yard line.
And
Lewis.
Guess who they went after? They went after maybe the #1 defensive back, defensive corner in the NFL. It'll be down to the right-hand corner of your screen. They're coming after him with what they call their bear cub defense. They get into it without substituting. He lays it up high into the outside, and as Brent said earlier, #4, Darrell Lewis, might very well be the finest cornerback in college football right now. You'd think they'd pick on the weaker guy, wouldn't you?
Sean Wills now checks in into the shotgun. He sends his backs out. He's got plenty of time. Throws complete. Miller breaks free at the 20. At the 10, he's got great speed. And he goes for the touchdown.
Here it is from the shotgun formation, giving the quarterback a little bit more time. He gets the ball to the man outside of the slot formation. Good time, good pass protection, a square in pattern by Miller. He gets it. Now this guy has been out. This is only his 2nd ball game. He caught 3 passes last week. The first time he touched the ball last week, he went for 40 yards with a punt return, 47 yards. A very talented athlete, and they needed him in their attack.
Todd Burden colliding as the catch was made, fell away. That allowed Miller to break free, we noticed on that replay. Dalowiso adds the extra point. Quickly, it's 7-0.
That's Rusty Wallace, amazing driver. He's also my 3rd cousin once removed. That's his brother, Mike Wallace, driver of the Geico Chevrolet. I can see why Geico sponsors Mike. And when he does well, people will think about saving money on car insurance. Whereas if I were driving that car, all they could think about is, there goes Lauren Wallace, greatest thing that ever climbed into a race car. Poor fella, he has no idea.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, dude. I'm just hanging out. I'm watching the game.
Hey, buddy.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you. What's up with your phone?
Nothing?
You need to skin it. Hey, skin that laptop while you're at it.
Sweet.
There's only one way to skin it. Go to skinit.com. Choose your device. Pick your favorite team. The NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NHL, and many more. Or create your own at skinit.com.
What am I doing? Skinning it.
Can I get half of that?
You could have just said no.
Sports, collegiate, entertainment, fashion, and more. Go to skinit.com today. What's your skin?
Sunday mornings, wake up to one more great college football game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
He's got great speed. Touchdown.
Here's the play. First National Powers Battle on ESPN and ABC. Then, ESPN Classic takes the best game and re-airs at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Top teams, key rivalries, awesome college football. The ESPN College Football Game of the Week, 9 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Classic.
Reggie Miller there, or I should say Scott Miller, with the 40-yard touchdown reception. And Dick, what's the story about the backup quarterback there with his hand?
He jammed his hand. It is now in a cast, and they're going to their 3rd quarterback, Bert Emanuel, if something happens to Tommy Gunn Maddox.
Michael Bates electing to come out of the end zone. Dalowiso buried it on the kickoff, and Bates with great speed bringing it out. A look at that touchdown by Miller.
To throw the ball down inside on a square in pattern coming like this, you need a throwing lane for the quarterback. You'll see that throwing lane appear. The shotgun, good formation. Now watch the throwing lane, very clear lane. See, he has a nice shot of the square in pattern. There's Lewis, #4. They knock each other down. Here's a very fast, fine cornerback chasing him, showing how fast Scott Miller is.
Field bringing the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage, the basic wishbone formation at the 15-yard line. McGill to the 24-yard line, and Eric Turner makes his first stop of the game.
You know, it's important to note that Paul Toffelmeyer, their fine offensive center, is starting. He hadn't been able to practice all week. He didn't play much last week.
Art Greathouse also playing with an injury. There's Toffelmeyer, who anchors this line. They are huge over on the right side. I know that Dick Vermeil is going to be able to show you some interesting things. Second down and short. Now it is the eye-bone look with the tight end switching over to Veal's right. Veal, a good option runner, can keep it. Elects to come to McGill, powering his way toward the first down for Arizona on their first possession. A look at the Bruin defense and some key stories here. Mike Shalinsky returns after missing last week because of an injury. Now the linebackers, and here is the story. Roman Pfeiffer out because of an injury. Number 40 not playing in that setup.
Arnold Allay, number 89, will play in his position.
Matt Darby has returned, and he teams with Turner in that secondary. So the loss of Pfeiffer, Dick, how will that impact the Bruins defensively?
Well, Pfeiffer is their fastest man on that front seven, and you like to have that speed against the option. It's going to hurt him.
Now, coach, it's 1st and 10. Arizona shows the eye with a slot to the left. And again, just a basic running game. That time it is McGill, and the Bruins with Shalinsky were ready.
Shalinsky is from the University of Pittsburgh. He transferred to UCLA. He didn't play last week, as you've already said. He is probably, in my opinion, the most promising young defensive lineman that they have in their program. He'll be a dandy a couple years down the road.
Dick Greathouse in and McGill out. What about Arizona's passing game?
Well, they actually would rather run the football, and they want to throw when they want to throw, not when the defense dictates it. So it's important that they do run the ball efficiently on the early downs.
Bringing Greathouse in motion. Field to throw for the first time. Comes to the right side. His man was covered, and it is incomplete. He was going to Kyle Jan, and Carlton Gray had coverage for the Bruins.
Veal is also, he's not the most accurate passer in the world, but here he's under duress. You'll see that hit right up coming from the top of the screen. Bam, he goes down. Those hits are tough on you. Now that's Arnold Allay, number 89, doing that.
The transfer from Notre Dame, number 89.
It's nice to get those kind of transfers.
Yes.
Every transfer I got couldn't play.
Dennis Green got a pretty good up in Stanford.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Milburn. Now it is 3rd and 10 for Arizona. Faced with a passing situation. Let's see if the Bruins tee off. They've got him down at the 15-yard line.
Onward Twebby. Onward Twebby, number 51, the nose guard, getting his second sack on the season on this play, and a critical one. Good field position for UCLA as they exchange punts. You'll see him appear right in the middle of your screen. He's the nose guard. He works right upfield. Not good blocking by the offensive left guard, Rick Warren, number 60.
Josh Miller to punt it for Arizona.
Hard to
Miller
return that one.
downs it at midfield.
They emerged from the muck, hungry for new Campbell's chunky, fully loaded soup with extreme amounts of meat to feed an NFL-size hunger. And yes, Mom, they washed their hands before they ate. Introducing Campbell's Chunky Fully Loaded in the black can.
They say a man should always dress for the job he wants. So why am I dressed up like a pirate in this restaurant? It's all because some hacker stole my identity. Now I'm in here every evening serving chowder and iced tea. Should have gone to freecreditreport.com. I could have seen this coming at me like an atom bomb. They monitor your credit and send you email alerts, so you don't end up selling fish to tourists in t-shirts.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
From the game's pioneers to the best teams ever. All month long, ESPN Classic is bringing you the games with the greatest moments in NBA history. Wednesdays at 10, the sports guy, ESPN's Bill Simmons, picks his favorite NBA games of all time.
Heaven must be like this.
Marquee matchups, iconic players, the best we've ever seen.
Let's see that again.
ESPN Classic's NBA Game of the Week, 10 p.m. Wednesdays, only on ESPN Classic.
Whether it's fire danger, a serious fall, or other type of emergency, Life Alert is there for you.
The first time I fell in that bedroom and I couldn't reach the phone.
When you have a heart attack like I did and there's no one there, Life Alert was there for me.
Having a secure feeling through Life Alert is ideal.
My independence is possible because of it.
Now, Life Alert can also protect you in a fire emergency with a system that automatically notifies our monitoring center.
Thanks to Life Alert, you can live alone without ever being alone. And that's why I wear one.
All senior citizens should have Life Alert.
Please call 1-800-754-0077 for free information about Life Alert. That's 1-800-754-0077. Or visit us on the web at the address on your screen. Don't delay. Call us now at 1-800-754-0077.
Arizona offense getting some tutoring over on the sideline in front of their bench. Dick Vermeil, let's talk about Homer Smith, the UCLA offensive coordinator. He's up by 7 right now as the Irish under fire from Stanford, 31-29. Tell me what Homer wants to do today with Maddox.
Well, he wants to blend the Maddox offense with the Brown running offense that they used last week, the Brian Brown attack. If they can mold that together, they'll have a more balanced attack. That's what his goal is today.
Maddox coming down the line with an option look. Now pitches to Brown is across midfield. What about Maddox as a runner?
Well, I don't think he's really true option runner or anything like that. He's a gifted athlete, you know, and that is a change up, and it forces the defense to go ahead and prepare for options. You'll see it's a reverse pivot by the quarterback. He fakes the fullback inside, and he comes out. Actually, what this is a delayed sweep. They're going to pitch that ball. They don't want him running it. Here comes Holt, number 37, the safety. See, he's got the pitch man. He didn't have the quarterback. You saw Wade, number 44, take the quarterback.
Arizona showing a basic bear look up front. They come after the fullback, and Smith squeezes inside the 45-yard line.
You mentioned Kevin Smith. We saw him break that long run for a touchdown against Michigan a couple of weeks ago. When this guy wakes up and finds out what kind of talent and realizes what he can do with a 6'4", 246-pound body that can run at the fullback position, he's going to be dynamite.
We welcome those of you who have been enjoying Miami running up and down the field against Florida State. Here at UCLA, leading Arizona 7-0. Tommy Maddox with a scoring strike to Miller. 7-0. Third down for Maddox and the Bruins. And Maddox will put it up. His offensive line gives him time. He goes deep. Incomplete. And they have gone to work on Mr. Lewis at that corner.
Well, they said for every time they threw the ball short on Lewis, they were going to throw the ball deep. So far, they've thrown the ball deep twice, short 0. They're going to loosen him up. Here it is, one-on-one coverage. Now you're looking at the guy that's supposed to be the best. He should have jammed him right there. Should have jammed him so he didn't have to get in the foot race. He's also a fine punt returner, and there's Reggie Moore reaching out for that ball.
Courtney Kyler with his first punt for the Bruins.
He's the heaviest punter I've seen this year. 250, is he?
I want to go training with him. Lewis with the fair catch at the 17-yard line. Now, first down after a 27-yard punt. You know, for a moment when I saw him against the Washington State game, I thought Paul McGuire got another year of eligibility and came back here. But he got that one, and Lewis was forced to make a fair catch down inside the 20, and the special teams coach has to like what Mr. Kyler did that time.
Oh, yeah, you know, he's not 250, but he's 230, but you just don't run into many 6'1", 230-pound punters.
Dick, let's talk about what Arizona might do to solve the defense. UCLA extremely aggressive in that last set.
Well, they have to go ahead and get into the option run now. See, they didn't run the option before. They run the other type of their attack. There was the option play right there, and they read it as a give, and they gave it.
Was it basically the read? It wasn't the load that time.
No, the load option is when they'll block the man that takes the quarterback, preferably the man that takes the quarterback, and predetermine what they're going to do with the football. That, I think, was the read option all the way, and the read told them to give the ball to the fullback, and UCLA did a good job.
Terry Vaughn checking in with the play from the Arizona sideline. Second down and long, and if the Bruins can hold Arizona on first down, it'll make it so tough for an option team. A slot to Beal's left. He'll roll in that direction, and he'll take off. Beal.
See that move?
Great move by Veal, out of bounds at the 36-yard line for the first down. What he does best of all, he runs 18 yards.
And Bobby Fields, the defensive coordinator for UCLA, says, I worry more about this guy in the scramble situation than I do in the setup throwing situation. You'll see what I'm talking about. Fine athletic ability. Now watch as he moves. He keeps the center of gravity down. Now watch this move right here. Boom, right, good vision. You could fault the tackler. I wouldn't. I'd say you give the credit to the ball carrier. Nice move, Ron.
Arizona out with the first down on its own 35-yard line. That eye bone. Bates, the speed man, the offset back, carries into the middle, and he is down at the 38-yard line. Hit hard that time by Meet Shaw, 53.
When you mention the speed back, you're talking about the speed back. You're talking about the guy that won the Pac-10 Sprint Championship in the 100 meters and 200 meters and was on the championship relay team. This guy can literally fly. I think he was second in the NCAAs, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Or close.
I don't know if he was that high. Was he? I think he was in the top 10, but we'll check that for you.
We just know he can run.
Long for Veal and Arizona. The fullback behind the left side of the line, and that was Mario Hampton, brought down by Stacy Argo, number 41 for the Bruins.
Stacy Argo loves to play football. He played in the Shrine game in 1987, and I'll tell you, when you get a football player that's played in the North-South Shrine game in the LA Coliseum, you've got a kid that can play for you. They do a great job of selecting people, and it's got a great tradition. I think it's probably one of the finest Shrine games, all-star games played in the country.
3rd and 3, look for the option. Put the pressure on the defense, but they show only one setback. They've thrown out of this formation before. Man in motion, and Veal instead hands off to the lone setback. Close to the first down. I believe he got it.
This is the kind of offense that Coach Tomey likes to run. The offensive coordinator, Rip Shear, coaches the quarterbacks and directs the offense. They like to control the football, and they've been very effective in the first quarter doing this.
Referee Gordon Reese will bring the chain crew out and measure to see if Dick Tomey keeps it going here.
That picture of Dick Tomey and you mentioning referee, I thought it was interesting, the comment he made about the officiating in the Pac-10. I have never heard a coach say that. He said he thinks the Pac-10 officials do as good a job of officiating the games as the coaches do coaching. I never gave him that much credit.
I know you did. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Trying to extend this drive into Bruin territory here for the first time this afternoon. 6:15 to go in the opening quarter. UCLA 7, Arizona 0.
The other thing Rip Shear, the coordinator, wants to do is run the option out of a varied formation that UCLA has not seen it before.
The Bruins, remember, are without their leading tackle, number 40, Roman Pfeiffer. Bates in motion, and Veal keeps it
wide open.
Throws. He's there inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. Kyle Jan with a first down, Arizona.
This is what happens to a defensive team when you can run the ball on those early downs. You can freeze those people with good play action fake. Now watch the fake inside. See, they got everybody tied up inside. In fact, they're trying to tackle the faking back. He comes off, and then Kyle Jan, number 81, goes down the seam. Here he is, laying it off right down the hole. That's a big play. Now, Kyle Jan is not the great sprinter type, but he's a big physical blocker, and he's a good football player. He, too, played in the Shrine game coming out of high school.
Meet Shaw shaken up on the play. Leaves. Goes off across the way. Must be out for at least one play as the trainers had to tend to him. Veal, with information from the sideline, brings it back to the Arizona huddle.
Somebody was assigned to cover Kyle Jan. No question about that. What happened, the person assigned to cover him was looking into the backfield and read it as a run.
That for Ronnie Veal, his longest completion of the year. 39 yards. Fake to the fullback. Veal pulling it down for the option inside the 5-yard line before Eric Turner, 29, can bring him down.
Arizona has been inside the 20-yard line 18 times in the 4 games prior to this one. They've scored 10 touchdowns, 6 field goals. That's not enough touchdowns, too many field goals. Here they look like they're moving it down and they're pretty good with that same option play.
Meets Shaw, returns for the Bruins. First and goal, Arizona. Great house. Just short of the end zone. It'll be second and goal.
Greathouse is a bigger back in that backfield set at 5'10", 206 pounds. He's already graduated in May. He's in graduate school right now. His mom is a professor at Arizona State.
His daddy set some records at Arizona State. He was a good football player, too.
What's that saying? The apple never falls too far from the tree?
Exactly. But it fell away from Tempe enough to help out Tucson. Second down and goal. Arizona blasting right straight ahead. Now the delayed signal for the touchdown, and Arizona only an extra point away from tying it up. So Ronald Field shaking his hand, gets it into the end zone for Coach Tomey.
The big thing here is for the offensive line to knock the defensive lineman down, get a good surge so he can go up over the top, and that's just what they did. Good job by Rick Warren, Paul Toffenmeyer, and Nick Finian Ganofo.
So that much maligned passing game of Arizona sets up the tying touchdown, and Costin adds the extra point, and we go tied to commercial. We're coming right back to the Rose Bowl.
240 miles above the earth, when IMAX needed to power their camera, they trusted Duracell. And if you think advanced technology is only for outer space, consider this. Down here, now you can take up to 5,000 pictures over the life of 2 batteries. New Duracell rechargeables. Recharge in just 15 minutes. They're rechargeables reinvented. So whether it's some amazing shots today, or you're gazing a little further into the future, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Come shine here with me. Gonna make it mine today. I'm finally free. Gonna make them stop and say, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yes.
Motor Trend's 2008 Sport Utility of the Year, the 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Designed, engineered, and now celebrated the Zoom Zoom way.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yes, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Here's big news on term life insurance. Now you can get the protection your family needs from one of the nation's most respected insurers at great rates. Matrix Direct now offers quality coverage from American General Life Insurance Company, a highly rated insurer with over 75 years of experience. A 40-year-old man can get a $250,000 policy for just under $15 a month. A 40-year-old woman can get that same coverage for less than $14 a month. This is insurance you can depend on from American General Life, one of the nation's strongest insurance companies. American General Life will be there when you need protection most. Call now for your free quote on quality term life insurance. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation.
Call Matrix Direct now for your free quote. Call 1-800-887-8512. It only takes 5 minutes to get a free quote. That's 1-800-887-8512 or visit AIGTermLife.com.
Sunday on ESPN Classic, The Hustler, The Hotshot, Tom Cruise, and Paul Newman in the role that won him an Oscar. I'm back. Field Classics, The Color of Money, 8 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Tonight on ESPN Classic, at 8, Holyfield versus De Leon, a title bout from '88. At 10, top 5 reasons you can't blame Charles Barkley for not being a role model. And at 10:30, why you can't blame Dennis Rodman for being a bad boy. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
Arizona 7, UCLA 7. Inside of 30 seconds with Notre Dame driving against Stanford. The Cardinal leading. Here it's Arizona. 2 downs to get a first down for Dick Tomey. Great house, short of the first down. Some of the first quarter numbers. Now 4th down. He's got an option to go for the field goal or try for the first down. I'll take a look at these numbers. You watch the coaching staff. The important one is that we're tied at 7. 113 total yards for Arizona, 80 for UCLA. Dick?
Well, UCLA hasn't established a running game yet. I think in time of possession is in favor of Arizona.
A timeout has been called on the field.
You know, Arizona has been very good in converting 4th down situations coming into this ball game.
The The reason why they call time, we get word, is because Michael Bates was shaken up. But the more important reason is what to do here. In the first half, you can use your timeouts early in a ball game. You want to decide, and now Costin trots onto the field. He doesn't want to gamble. He'll set up a field goal. There is a light breeze. Dick, what about the Rose Bowl for kicking field goals? How did you find it?
I was only here one time.
Oh, what a time. And you upset Ohio State.
And the field goal didn't make a difference, but anytime you kick into the wind, you have a problem, and the flags aren't swirling. They're all going in the same direction. This is, what, a 46-yard field goal?
Upset. And we'll take you to Palo Alto next Saturday afternoon for the Trojans of USC against Stanford, which just upset #1. How about that?
Great job of coaching. We've seen Stanford play real well on tape twice this year. It's not surprising they could play that well today.
Now the field goal attempt by Arizona. It's a fake. They roll out, and they'll throw back to Costin. He's got it. First down.
They called it out. They called him out of bounds. Wait, I think they called him out of bounds.
Adam Brand threw it back, and it was out of bounds on that far side.
Here's the holder. He's putting the ball down. Now watch. They fake the kick. He jumps up. Now you see Costin, number 11, heading down the sideline. He throws his ball. It's just a little bit high on the outside. He hasn't got a good spiral. Ooh, that looked like it might have been in. It looked like his feet might have touched. Taking a look, right-hand corner of the screen. Let's watch the feet. Ooh, on the line, out of bounds, good call. That's Dick Tomey. Wow, you better stay awake when you coach against his team.
Just what you warned me about. He'd try anything. 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Brown, toss. Battled his way for about 3 yards. Let's take one more look. Dick, watch carefully the left foot here by Costin, the kicker.
Here he is. He's going up for the ball. He looks like a wide receiver. He's coming down, feet going to touch. They're still in the air. Ooh, I think it's on the line. I think it's on the line.
Difference in college, the NFL, only 1 foot has to be in bounds. 2nd down, Maddox out of the shotgun. Steps away from the rush, and he will run for a Bruin first down. Out to the 45-yard line. Ball came free, but it was whistled dead at the 45. He ran for a huge first down on Saturday night against Washington State.
Well, they don't want him to run, but by gosh, when they've got people covered and he sees that running lane, he has the ability to take it. Not known for sprinter speed, good athlete and agility. Here he goes. He says, heck, I'm a runner right now. Darren Case, number 50, will come in on him right there and miss him. There's Eric Wade, number 44, trying to make play in, gets him down.
Ball at the Bruin 45. 1st and 10 for UCLA. The Bruins in Arizona tied at 7.
Bear defense.
Brown into it, and with that spin move of his, he gets about 4 more yards. He's used that move on 2 kickoff returns, and now he shows it coming out from scrimmage.
Usually that's something you don't do by thinking about it. You just do it instinctively. It's just part of your style of running. They have to establish that running game, because if you get in and just have to throw the ball 40 or 50 times, I think it could really be a long day for UCLA.
2nd down.
Audible.
Smith checking for the snap count again as he turned his head. Backstand to block. Complete to the 45-yard line. Well, the story that we've been monitoring, Stanford and Notre Dame. Roger, how did the Cardinal pull it off? What an ending. But I think, Roger, you put your finger on it. You run a little shy of luck after a while. Great fake by Maddox. He'll go long over the middle. Touchdown, UCLA, as Miller breaks free.
As you take a look at this play from the end zone, watch the fake by the quarterback, Maddox. He fakes, he reverses, he fakes a hard toss. Now he pumps left there, now turns back right. He does that to keep the safety. Now he's got a one-on-one situation on the cornerback that we were raving about, Darrell Lewis. They've been behind him a couple times. This one counts.
Speaking of speed, UCLA, Brad Aloiso, to attempt his second extra point, makes it 14-7. A fake field goal fails by inches, if that. UCLA takes over and marches to its second score. What a dandy, Bruin and Pasadena.
Are you one of the millions of people who think you just can't learn a new language? The problem isn't that you can't learn, it's that you've been using the wrong method. Well, thanks to our breakthrough software called Rosetta Stone, learning a new language is now incredibly easy and a whole lot faster.
I've probably learned more in the first 2 weeks than I have in months of taking formal classes.
Unlike traditional methods that
Scott Miller from El Toro, California, 5'11", 177-pound senior. 2 catches, 40 yards and 45 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And if you put him in a track meet, he'd be outrunning Lewis. Now bringing it back is Bates. Speaking of track meets, and he crashes his way out to the 31-yard line, and Arizona will go back in with its offense trailing again.
Here comes George Malaula.
There's the quarterback change. He's a left-hander. Scott Miller with his 45-yard touchdown reception, making it 14-7. Now the left-hander will try to drive Arizona and get them back. Now, he's not upset with Veal. He planned to use both quarterbacks in this game.
Malaula is a more efficient passer.
So what does he do? Fumble! UCLA ball. Let's see, did they call it down?
Yes,
oh, Terry's upset. You can see his reaction from the sideline. The entire defensive team.
I'm not sure that was a good call because the ball came out of in the air, not down low to the turf. We'll take another look, looking from the end zone. See, the ball be right there. It is. He's in the air. He's in the air. Oh, that's a fumble. Hey, right in front of the official. That's a fumble.
Umpire was looking right at it.
The umpire, Jim Coyne, should have been able to see that. Maybe he was too close.
You know, it's funny. I was down with the officials before the game, and they're starting to say right now that that's the toughest call that they have to make.
Yeah. Terry, he blew it. But it's all right. It's only a game. Matter of life and death.
What did he poke his head in the door before we met with him yesterday, and he looked right at you and said, "There's more to life than football." Boy, did you disagree with him. Second down and long. Malaulu off a fake. Hits one on the outside for a first down. McGill into the arms of Eric Turner. That was Vaughn. Let me correct that. Number 9 and number 8 out there. That was number 9. That was Terry Vaughn and not number 8.
Terry Vaughn, I'll tell you, is a real quick guy. Watching him on the practice field in Tucson Thursday, when he gets the ball in that open air and out there in the perimeter like that, he can make you miss. Good speed.
What about Malaulu's ability to run their option attack?
Oh, he can run. He can run. He's a fine football player right out of Carson High School here in Southern California.
Rounding the fullback. Stridnick, Stacy Argo with the stop. Mike Stridnick, he's one of those overachievers as a football player. He didn't have that breakaway speed. In fact, didn't you tell me he walked on? And
yeah, he was not given a scholarship. He earned a scholarship just through hard work and dedication, weight trainer. He's a sociology major. He bench presses 408 pounds. Now, that's a lot of weight when you only weigh 238. That's a lot of weight. What do you bench press?
I was afraid. I was really afraid that you were going to ask.
I set you up. Come on.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. How much does a microphone weigh? That's about it. Second down. Malaulu straight back. Fires one left-handed. Complete inside the 20-yard line. Richard Griffith, the tight end, and Arizona threatens.
What happened here is they took the back out in motion, stretched the defense, and hit the tight end right down the seam here. Clear it. There we go. Now you'll see the man in motion. He's going to stretch the defense horizontally. Now the safety comes in there. He's been widened. There's more field to defense. Here comes the safety. well thrown. Great catch by Griffith, number 85.
13 more yards. In case you just joined us, Stanford upset Notre Dame in South Bend. Here, Arizona trailing by 7. McGill off the option, out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Eric Turner, we've called his name and number all game long, number 29. How good a safety is he for UCLA?
He's a good safety, you know, and sitting in the stands in Tucson watching him practice Thursday, Lawrence McCutcheon, a pro scout and former great running back from the Rams, was there scouting him, and he says the NFL people really like this senior safety.
Now, will the NFL folks have some question marks about Lewis and the way Miller is motoring past him here in the
Well,
Rose Bowl?
his dollar value is going down a little bit right now. But he's a fine player, and he'll come up with a big play somewhere along in this ball game. Unbalanced line right.
They'll run behind it, Dick. McGill for the first down.
If I were going to run behind anybody, I would love to run behind Nick Finian-Ganafo at right guard at 6'5", 312 pounds, and his buddy lined up outside of him at 6'4", 343 pounds. These guys are giants and just young football players. They can block holes in the line of scrimmage.
How would you like to line up against those two?
Never, never. Look at Smith. Look at him. 343 pounds, and he look at that. He's got a little patch on him, but he's a young guy. Hasn't played football in a couple of years, and transferring from Colorado. I say this: in 2 years, he'll be a first-round pick. He's as impressive a big man as an athlete I've seen going around college football in the last 3 years.
What about his feet with that size? They got
Good
a pass
feet,
block out there.
good feet, and I tell you, his offensive line coach Pat Hill is just excited about this guy. He is a giant. When he comes out of the locker room, the field tilts.
First and goal for Arizona. The field right now tilting to the right.
It's tilting to the end zone for Arizona is what it's doing.
Malaulu, his first series. Stridnick, Greathouse, Johnson. Greathouse to the left. Maybe to the 7-yard line. It'll be second down and goal. What does Arizona like to do down here going in?
You know, they're a running team, they're an option team, and they're a little disappointed in their percentage of touchdowns down inside this red zone. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dick come off a strong play-action pass, like a tight end crossing pattern or something like that.
Wouldn't UCLA blitz that if they play action down here?
Well, they're liable to. They're liable to. It depends on the huddle call, of course.
Second down and goal. Malaulu in Arizona down by 7. Keeps it on the option. Cuts, and he stopped at the 6-yard line. A well-read option tackle that time by Brian Lockwood, number 91.
Brian Lockwood is one of those reserve guys that played in the Shrine game as well. A 3.3 grade point average in high school. Outstanding young man. And he's one of these guys that does not pout and mope when he doesn't get to play very much, but when he gets his opportunity to play, he plays well.
Now Bates comes off the Arizona sideline.
See what happens by not throwing on second down. That kind of offense now, you put you into a more of an obvious passing down, and that's what they don't like.
I formation, Stridnick in front of Greathouse. Bates goes into a slot.
There's Bates called timeout. He must have been confused walking out there. The slot man called it.
A timeout used by Arizona.
Bobby Fields, the defensive coordinator, calling over the defenses.
So with that timeout, we'll break away and come right back.
This is real-life couple, Beth and Mark, who were matched on eharmony.com.
It seemed to me that all the other sites was pretty much just the same as like going trolling at the bar, except you were in your own house.
Why did they choose eHarmony after trying other sites?
That was the one site that people were very serious about finding their mate. She was pretty and beautiful smile and everything I was looking for.
Discover what Beth and Mark found. Log on today and review your matches for free.
ESPN, your NBA destination. Friday, the Celtics do Big 3 make their highly anticipated debut against the Wizards. Then, Kobe's Lakers battle Steve Nash and the Suns. Coverage begins Friday at 7:30 Eastern. It's back.
Oh, look at that!
The legendary American Gladiators, weeknight 7 Eastern, 10 Pacific on ESPN Classic. The ESPN College Football Game of the Week. First, National Powers battle on ESPN and ABC. Then, ESPN Classic takes the best game and re-airs it Sunday morning. The ESPN College Football Game of the Week, 9 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Classic.
What's up, everyone? Pete here, and welcome to Blue Hippo, where anyone can get a brand new, brand name computer regardless of their credit. Take a look at this. You can send emails, download music and video, even organize your finances. This is a fully loaded desktop computer. Let's take a call. Hello, caller?
Yeah, hi. I have really bad credit, and I've been turned down before. Can you really help me get a computer?
Do you have an active checking account and a home phone number?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's all you need. So, whether you want a desktop or you prefer the convenience of a laptop, you can get either one regardless of your credit. And if you order now, we'll send you a free color printer and a free flat screen TV so you can watch your favorite shows and movies and print and email digital photos. So to be clear, when you order today, you can get your choice of a brand new desktop or laptop with tons of great software, plus a free color printer and a free LCD TV. And remember, there is no credit check and your approval is guaranteed. But you must call Blue Hippo now.
Well, this is normally a running formation, but I would have guessed some kind of play-action pass, not a run.
Bates in motion. There's the play fake. Malauulu on the run, trying to get to the flag, puts it away. Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, what an effort!
Here it is now. They're going to fake deep to the tailback. Deep to the tailback there. Now, it's a fake that draws people in. He gets a nice block from his fullback. He has run-pass option. Now, watch this young man. Watch, he's going to leap in there. Wow!
And the extra point is added. Perfect. George Malauulu. So both quarterbacks have scored touchdowns here. And here he comes on into the end zone. Let's take a look.
Ooh, and a good hit. You know, he's showing no ill effects of his knee operation last year. He tore up a knee against California, and Eric Turner came over there and really belted him, but he bounces right back up.
Person could get into this Pac-10 football.
Yeah. See where you get confused is they say Veal is the runner and Malauulu the passer. They can both do both, but Malauulu is a better passer and has 2 years to go.
What's your buddy Tommy going to do? A little onside kick again?
Well, hey, don't ever go to sleep in any phase of the game with him over there calling signals. Believe me. We saw the onside kick after a safety a couple weeks ago.
I'd never seen it. I'd always wanted to see it, and it was beautiful.
How about the Boomerooski against Illinois that walked in from about 40 yards out?
And they tried the Boomerooski again. I don't think California even knows the ball was put down. You know, the center of the guard kind of squatted on the ball. Austin was coming up quickly like he was going to kick it at him. He stopped.
They have all of John Baxter, the special teams coach in his first year at Arizona, does a fine job with these young kids. They have a couple great kickoff coverage guys too, and Bray, number 14, does a great job of covering kickoffs and watching on tape.
These guys play mind games with you. There's the short kickoff out of the hands of Brown, fielded at the 20-yard line by UCLA. Out of bounds near the 30-yard line where it will be Tommy Maddox. Now, the difference between Maddox and the quarterbacks for Arizona is about, what would you say, 4.5 minutes of drive?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, Maddox has been scoring almost too fast for the young defense, and it puts him back on the field too soon. It would be better for UCLA if they could control the ball and the clock a little bit better than they have been prior to this game today. You know, he's directed 13 scoring drives that 11 of them were less than 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Brown busting free. First down UCLA. And that was Bobby Rowland tackling him.
Taking a look at the end zone. Watch the big mobile offensive lineman, Vaughn Parker, number 68, pull around and lead on this play. Good blocking at the point, and then they bring the off guard. He pulls around on the point there. Look at, boom, he gets a nice kick out block, opens up the hole, and there they go.
8-12 in the first half. UCLA 14, Arizona 14. First and 10 for the Bruins.
Nobody's stopping anybody here.
Brian Adams, number 6, checks in at wide receiver. Brown again.
This is what they've got to do. They've got to control the football. They've got to control it because Arizona's moving the ball too efficiently, both running and passing. If UCLA can do the same thing and it gets out into a shootout situation, then I think UCLA would have the edge. Coach Donahue, isn't this fun, huh?
Oh, yeah, you're loving it up here, and he's hating every minute of it.
Oh, no, he loves it. That's why he's down there. He loves it. Look at those veins in his neck.
He'd like a little more defense. I know you coaches. Defense and running game. This is strictly a fans game. From the shotgun, it's Maddox, number 8. Same number that Troy Aikman wore with such great success here. Receivers were covered, and he could not gain much ground that time. Mentioned Troy Aikman, and Dick, these numbers after 4 games. In fairness to Maddox, he's only a redshirt freshman. Aikman transferred in here from Oklahoma. So there's a difference in interceptions, and your feeling about Maddox versus Aikman at this point in their career.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, I would not want to compare him with anybody. Allow him to grow up and be himself and not put so much pressure on him, bring him to a stadium each week, someone expecting him to be a mature Troy Aikman. He's going to be a dandy. Let him take his time, both mentally and physically.
Homer Smith telling this, he's a no-sweat kind of guy.
Yeah.
Under pressure, no sweat that time. Just zips it into Moore's hands.
That's, you know, something, that's an automatic reaction by the quarterback. They taught him to do that versus this blitz.
And it's Lewis.
Lewis is the blitzer. Now he's supposed to come back. The receiver relieves the line of scrimmage. Bottom of your screen. Now you'll see the blitz. Now this is a side adjustment. He'll turn back right now and throw it. That's his release. He has been taught to do that. In fact, they walked through it again yesterday with just shorts and T-shirts on and football shoes, and not in a contact situation. Just to rehearse it one more time.
Richardson checks in at wide receiver. He's in there with Miller. Fullback straight ahead across the 40-yard line.
That Big Smith, I keep saying that, at that size, you know, his dad, Charlie, would play for the Oakland Raiders, for you people in Northern California, 68 through 74, so you remember him. But I still believe I see a stallion down there that doesn't quite realize what he can do yet. And when he finds out, whoa.
Second down and long for Maddox. Adams will go out to his right. Richardson is to his left. He shows the split running backs. His offensive line giving him enough time so far that he can send the backs out. He can get 5 receivers into a pattern. He keeps them this time, and he'll drop off instead on the screen to Smith. 35. First down, UCLA. A very well-executed play before Lewis can make the tackle.
Good old screen pass here. Now the fullback is going to set up and hold. The offensive guard here is going to set, and he's going to come out, Von Parker, and get the kick-out block. Now watch the quarterback as he drops. Fullback sets up inside. All right, now there goes Von Parker, 68. Now watch the kick-out. Boom. Didn't have to do too much, but he was there. Formed that wall.
Adams now to his left. Miller to his right as the wide receivers for UCLA on 1st and 10. The toss to Brown. Cut back. Across the 25-yard line. It'll put UCLA in 2nd and short.
You know, you just used the term cutback. That is so important to good, efficient outside running, especially with the eye toss. You get the defense stretched, and then you take it back, hoping that one of your offensive linemen has stopped the defense in pursuit somewhere, and you find that crack.
Who used to cut back against you for USC?
Oh, I'll tell you, I've seen all the way back to Mike Garrett days cutbacks. I mean, that's how old I am. O.J. Simpson.
Second down.
Charlie White. Geez, now you give me a headache thinking about those guys. Here's a mistake.
Toss to the left. Brown was cut off, trying to get his daylight. This will be a 3rd and short. Let's see, close to the 1st down, and they got it. They got it by inches. They'll move the chains. Well, Maddox's parents are with Mark Jones, so let's go down and meet them. Mark?
Brent, I'm with Linda and Wayne Maddox. Linda, you have a job with a major airline to see all of Tommy's games. How did that come about?
Well, when we discovered that Tommy was probably going to go far away to school, we thought, you know, we've always been at everything they've ever done, and we thought we just can't, you know, stay away. So we just thought that was a good option.
Wayne, today's game, Tommy doing pretty well.
He's 50-50. He's doing okay. We got a long way to go before it's over, though.
And tell me, you two have to be the parents with the most frequent flyer points in all of America and all of Division I football.
Well, unfortunately, we don't get frequent flyer mileage, but that would be nice.
Thanks a lot for joining us, both of you, and enjoy your trip here in Los Angeles. Brent, Dick, how many frequent flyer points do you guys have?
We get a few. We'll be coming back to San Francisco to see Stanford next week against USC. Mark, I'll tell you the team that's getting the frequent flyer miles this weekend, Maine. They're going all the way from Maine over to Hawaii. I think they started about 7 days ago, Coach, and they're en route. They're going to play Hawaii. They're going to make 10, 12,000, but what a great trip for those young men out of Orono, Maine.
I know it, and you know, it's really tough to play well when you get over there with all those grass skirts.
So that's what always threw you off. Dick told me he'd love it over there. Coached at Hawaii successfully most of the last decade before moving to Tucson and Arizona. Maddox now back in the shotgun after the penalty. Throws incomplete. He was up high with that ball to Miller.
Maddox threw that ball, and he was so mad he started jumping up and down, and probably saying a few unkind words to himself. He knew he let one get by.
You know, this year early, Lewis was extremely happy that they had put him in the defensive backfield. He came to Arizona as a running back.
And actually made some yards running as a running back.
But after what's happened to him here today, maybe he's not so sure. Maybe he'd like to switch back again.
Yeah. Did you see Professor Bobby Fields, the defensive coordinator, talking to the defense there?
Miller to his left, and Moore, whom he overthrew. I think I misidentified Moore down in the end zone a short time ago. Miller has caught the 2 touchdown passes, and he has just brought the play onto the field now for Maddox.
And
Maddox will use a timeout. You know that's his first.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines. Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. I feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because...
Because of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out. Hey. Me too.
Hi.
We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
It's alive inside. Please drink responsibly.
The Boston Red Sox have won the World Series title. Celebrate with Sports Illustrated's exclusive championship package, including the official 2007 World Series DVD and SI's limited edition hardcover commemorative book. Relive the Red Sox postseason heroics with these 2 great gifts featuring amazing MLB Productions video and SI's incredible writing and photography. Go to SITVoffer.com or call now to get both free with your paid subscription. 56 issues for only $1.75 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card and you'll also get this set of 3 officially licensed championship baseballs, honoring each step of the Red Sox postseason run. This exclusive set comes with special display stand. Go to SITVoffer.com or call now to get the official DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the collectible baseball set. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated. Call or go online now. The ESPN College Football Game of the Week, 9 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Classic.
Dick, while we're away, you had a conversation with Mark Jones, who's been over there listening to what some of the UCLA receivers have to say right
Well,
now.
they were hoping they'd get some tight man-to-man coverage down here going inside that red zone or inside the 20-yard line, and they were hoping for it. Let's see if they get what they're hoping for. It doesn't look like it right now. They look like they're going to get double man. Have to go to an inside receiver like a slot or back out of the backfield.
They get up on Moore to the right. From the shotgun, Maddox. He's covered. Comes back into the middle. First down, UCLA inside the 10-yard line. Sean Wills, the receiver, Dick.
They doubled both outside guys, and they went ahead and went to the back, coming out of the backfield. I think he's lined up right there, and then comes back up inside. Sean Wills, number 37. See him setting up there. Now watch him come back on and out. They beats the one-on-one coverage. See, a linebacker should never allow that by back inside. That was Mike Parker, number 46, trying to take away that inside route.
16 yards, plenty of time left. 3:30 here in the first half. Basic eye, first and goal, UCLA. The toss, it's Brown to the 5.
Tell you, if I were going to run the eye toss at UCLA, I would always run it behind the tight end, Randy Austin, 95, because he is the best blocking tight end I've seen this year. He can really block the outside linebackers. There's Austin right there. He can really block you.
He also, Dick, has Daly at the other tight end spot as Wills quickly returns and brings the play. This is 2nd and goal for the Bruins.
Wills is a better receiver, I think, coming out of the backfield. That might be why he's coming in here.
They got a chance to hit him if he breaks free. Maddox fires, intercepted in the end zone. Didn't look, an ill-advised throw for the young man. Something he will pick up later on as Arizona stops it with a terrific interception by Jeff Hammerschmidt.
You're going to run a play-action pass, full flow. Now he's looking, he's got it back in the flat, the tight end of the corner. Here comes the ball inside out, and Jeff Hammerschmidt picks off his 6th career pass interception. Last year against UCLA, he made the best interception I saw a safety make in any game last year. And he also hurt his knee in the same game. Very good defense.
Hammerschmidt's intercept stops the Bruin drive. 1st and 10 at the 20 with 2:36 to go here in the first half.
The problem with that kind of action in the backfield, you were flowing in one way and throwing the ball the same way, and that pulls the safety into the play. It makes it easier on Hammerschmidt.
Maddox threw a bad interception last week up in Pullman, and they ran it back for a touchdown. The flags come down. Well, you know, I've seen guys come out of the hole and make great plays.
Yeah.
And you don't fault him, but
it was that obvious, you're saying.
Yeah. There's a young man we want to talk about.
There's Mr. Singleton. I talked to him the other day and asked him about his strength. He says right now he is stronger than he was prior to becoming ill.
You folks who don't know, he was afflicted with leukemia, and his twin brother was able to help him out. His brother now playing with the New England Patriots, but I don't want to give the story. I don't want to give the story away. You're going to want to see it at halftime. Those of you who don't know it, I know down in Tucson, it's a very heartwarming story, and Beth was delighted to have an opportunity to do it. First down now. 1st and 15.
Good
McGill straight ahead.
Good defensive play there. So you have to get after that type of running attack on the line of scrimmage or beyond the line of scrimmage. You can't let them knock you back off the ball, and they did a good job there. You'll see what I'm talking about. Right in the center of your screen, you got the big offensive lineman coming off. You see the guard pulling right there. And see, they get good penetration right here and there. They don't allow him to clear that line of scrimmage.
Greathouse, the tailback, set behind Stridnick. Bates in the slot to Malaulu's left. Greathouse to the 24-yard line. This is going to be 3rd and long. Art Greathouse, one of many college football players that you run into who have already received an undergraduate degree and now working on a graduate one at Tucson.
Where do you go when you go to bed? Do you go to a place where you can find both rest for your body and peace for your mind? A place where the pressures of the day seem to just melt away? Or is it just a bed? Because if it is just a bed, we'd like to suggest another destination. Welcome to Tempur-Pedic. At Tempur-Pedic, we don't simply bring you a bed to sleep on. We bring you the promise of nighttime renewal for body and mind. At Tempur-Pedic, we believe your bed should make stress go away. Imagine feeling cushioned, enveloped, almost weightless. It's like no other bed you have ever experienced for a truly restorative, stress-free rest. Your bed should relieve your pain, not add to it. Thick padding and pillow tops only disguise a simple truth. A bed of metal springs with hundreds of pressure points push against your body all night. But our unique Swedish Tempur material is designed to take the pressure away. Your bed should always give you comfort. Our authentic Tempur material also adjusts to you. Soft where you want it and firm where it needs to be. And unlike traditional mattresses that can wear out and sag, a Tempur-Pedic bed will feel like a brand new bed every single night. for years and years of comfort. We invite you to learn more about our science and experience our soul. Welcome to Tempur-Pedic. Welcome to bed.
Start the final quarter. UCLA with a second down and a long 5 yards to go. Maddox, the quarterback, 14-all with Arizona.
Nice play.
They're short of the first down as your man Case doing it again.
He is playing awfully good football today. Really doing a nice job. He's made 260 tackles coming into this game. He's had 27 consecutive starts. He knows where the ball is and what to do when he gets there.
Scott Miller comes into the game with the play. He's caught both touchdown strikes thrown by Maddox. He's out. The number 8's left.
Here's that Bear defense right now. They might audible and throw.
He's doing exactly that. He wants Miller. Miller breaks free at the 40-yard line. First down, Bruins.
Eight-man front defense, 3 deep, playing man-to-man. He just laid it up over the outside shoulder, right where he had to put the football, or inside shoulder, and actually, well done, whatever he did with it. Tight man-to-man, coverage by Todd Burden.
First and 10 after the 35-yard gain. Ball at Arizona's 40-yard line. The toss to Brown. Only a 2-yard gain. You watched Scott Miller with that catch. He has scored both touchdowns. And let's take a look at the second one here, Dick.
They fake the tossing, and he turns and looks. Now he throws it down the seam. He throws the safety down. There's no help inside, and there's the first one.
Then Arizona came back, and watch this effort by Malaulu.
Gets
He'll
a good
tuck
chop
it
blocks.
away on the option, and he'll take on Turner.
Here he goes. He's a broad jumper. Long jumper, they call it now, don't they? Wham!
What a great play. Yeah.
Is that Rick Holt? Yeah, Rick Holt, number 37. 9 starts last year at the cornerback position, playing safety this year.
You know, speaking of the upsets around college football, take a look at the Associated Press top 5 coming in for the day. Notre Dame and Florida State, both losers. You can speculate that Michigan will vault to 1 with a big win over Wisconsin. Virginia was idle. Auburn could jump all the way to 2, and Virginia could move up. So the rankings are going to be rather fascinating to look at this week.
Ooh,
Smith.
Good block over there.
And a good tackle by Hammerschmidt, number 15, short of a first down.
Yeah, that Hammerschmidt can really hit you, but there was a very fine block by the tight end over there to allow him to slide right outside from that double tight end formation. You'll see what I mean right here at the top of your screen. You see the hook block up there by the tight end. He just annihilates that man right there. And that's Maddox playing in that position, 71 for the first time. So he's allowed to make a mistake once in a while playing there for the first time.
Need to get to the Arizona 30 for a first down. Slot the Maddox away. Brown is short of it. It could be Daloiso time as Case, number 50, steps up big one more time for the Wildcats.
Here, taking a look at the linebacker right here. Just watch this young man play. We've mentioned his name many times. He's making a lot of plays. He attacks the line of scrimmage. He sees it happen there. He sees the blocking. He goes up underneath, makes the lineman miss him, gets and makes the play.
Terry Donahue going for it on 4th down.
That's again like Arizona a little while ago, almost in the same spot. A 4th and 2's a long 2.
On a fake, they're going to throw. First down. He's free. Touchdown. Scott Miller's 3rd touchdown of the game.
He comes out, he makes a fake in the backfield there, freezes the run there, freezes the defense there, gets a little out move, On again, Lewis there, he was covering him inside, he beat him outside, and then took and ran it in for the end zone. Touchdown.
Daloiso. The only man to win 7 consecutive bowl games says 3 points won't beat Arizona. We'll gamble on 4th down. Homer Smith sending in a great call. Maddox with the execution. Miller his 3rd touchdown. We're coming back. It's Arizona's turn.
Own a timeshare, turn it into cash.
Timeshares only sold our timeshare fast and for the price we wanted.
And they gave us a $1,000 shopping spree.
Introducing the Timeshares Only $1,000 shopping spree bonus. Call now. Learn how to turn your timeshare into cash and get a $1,000 shopping spree. And we'll also send you this free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. This offer is only good while supplies last, so don't delay. Call Timeshares Only, the most trusted name in timeshares.
Call 800-630-8306.
From the game's pioneers to the best teams ever. All month long, ESPN Classic is bringing you the games with the greatest moments in NBA history. Wednesdays at 10, the sports guy, ESPN's Bill Simmons, picks his favorite NBA games of all time.
Heaven must be like this.
Marquee matchups, iconic players, the best we've ever seen.
Let's see that again.
ESPN Classic's NBA Game of the Week, 10 p.m. Wednesdays, only on ESPN Classic.
What are you being charged for internet service?
I don't know, maybe $24.
$23.90.
What are you being charged for internet service?
$10.95.
$10.95.
Millions are discovering the real value of People PC Online. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days. You get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. People PC Online has a smart dialer with more local access numbers than AOL for faster, more reliable connections. You even get security tools to help protect you from spam, pop-ups, and email viruses. And you can continue to use your favorite instant messenger. Compare us side by side with your current ISP. Go to peoplepc.com now and start saving today. So the next time you're asked how much you pay, proudly declare
$10.95.
Go online or call 1-800-217-6181. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
The hero, Scott Miller, 40, 45, 32 yards for the 3 Bruin touchdowns. Bates turn it back now for Arizona. Great speed, gets to the 20, down at the 27-yard line. All right, Roger, thank you very much. What an ending to that game. 1st and 10 here. We got one brewing too. Malaulu, the left-handed quarterback, forced to take off, down at the 19-yard line. Meet Shaw, 53, bringing him down.
Meet Shaw has the quickness to make those kind of plays coming from the inside linebacker position. Had 14 tackles versus Michigan. Someone had to tackle him, and he can do it. You'll see him coming from the inside of your screen to the left side. You'll see the big Finian Ganofo 61 out there. Now here comes Meet Shaw making that play inside out. See, the coverage took the pattern away downfield. He had no choice but to try to tuck the ball away and run it. Good job by Meet Shaw.
2nd and 16. The Bruins continue to hold on without their leading tackler, Roman Pfeiffer, out with an injury today and missing the game. Hoping to be back next week or the week after. Great defensive play again. It's 51, and that was your friend Onwat Twebby.
Here he is right here. You can see him taking a move to the left there, and Paul Toffenmeyer, 59, allowed him to get backside on him too quick. Good penetration.
3rd and 20. Dropped the ball. Incomplete. Oh, he had the 1st down for the Wildcats, and he couldn't hold on.
He dropped it
by Turner.
He dropped it, but Eric Turner made the great play. It flashed in front of the ball, and I think it broke his concentration. That's a seam pattern. They're stretching the field horizontally from sideline to sideline. He looks back and he fires it right where it has to be. Now you'll see it right in the zone there, right there. He should have caught that football. Should have caught that football.
He saw
Took his eye off it, or could hear. He could hear Turner coming. See, the other thing in defense of Bates, he is a running back and wide receiver. Sometimes it's tough to be real good at both.
Now Scott Miller, who's caught 3 scoring passes, set to return this punt. He fields it at midfield. Steps to the outside. Gone again. 20, 10, touchdown. But a flag down at midfield. Hold on. A flag at midfield.
See, the punter punted the ball over there right out in front of the wall to form for the return. No touchdown, penalty against UCLA. But that ball was punted in a perfect position to return. Taking a look from the end zone now. Follow the wall as it sets up to the right side of your screen. See him screening off over there? Now the ball is punted over in front of that wall. Now he makes a man miss. Griffith right there, number 85. He gets a block. Ooh, they call that a clip. All right, that was number 95 missing that, and that is Zeno Alexander.
He lies 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Be first and 10, UCLA.
Dick, it looked like a clip. Yeah. And let's see if this isn't 44, who comes back right there.
It really, to me, it didn't look like a clip, to be honest with you. But that's
I thought
not
he was pushing him from behind. I thought he pushed him all the way, Dick. And that would be the young man, Pat McPherson, unfortunately. A little exuberant.
Pat McPherson's dad is the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers and coached with me here on this UCLA staff. That's his son.
Great job.
I knew him when he was just getting out of diapers. That's how old I am.
First and 10. UCLA leading it by 7. 10 minutes now left in the 4th. Power football behind the right side of the UCLA line.
Do you notice the quarterback exchange technique executed by Tommy Maddox? As he leaves the line of scrimmage and he's going to hand it off, he extends both arms all the way out so that running back can really see the ball being seated.
Miller back.
He brought the play in and says, throw it to me, kiddo. I'm hot.
What a difference he's made with this Bruin team. Out with injuries until last week. Returned a big punt against Washington State. Has blazing speed. Lewis is way off the line now, not pressing him at all.
There's a mistake on this one. It's a broken play.
Maddox throws an interception.
That's a broken play all the way. That's
Arizona's ball.
Zeno Alexander. I really believe this was a broken play. I think you see you have 2 tight ends in here, and normally on this they fake one way and bring the tight end across. Let's see if that's what they were trying to do. See, they fake it over there. Here comes the tight end across. Now he comes out there. Good pressure by Johnson. Actually, that ball was blocked by Reggie Johnson, number 47. Good job by Reggie Johnson, the speedster at the defensive line position.
Great speed by Johnson. Set it up. Alexander with the interception. Arizona back at the Bruin 35-yard line. They trail it by 7. And around with Bates. Short side and well defended by the Bruins.
They take that 5 yards. That'll show slow the pursuit down just a little bit.
Lambert making the stop on the short side of the field.
They run the same reverse with a toss. This time they're just faking the handoff, and here comes Bate handed back there. Now, see, he's outside right now. He's got a tackle out there front leading him, but he couldn't quite get there. Greathouse was trying to work over there to help him block, or give him a good block.
McGill replaces Bates. Greathouse set behind the fullback Hampton.
The big thing in this kind of a series late in the game is to do what you do best. Don't get too fancy.
And the option is what they do best. First down, Arizona, depending on where they spot the ball.
Tommy Prothro taught me this a long time ago working for him here at UCLA. And when I was learning his offense, he said, Dick, in critical situations, do 2 things. First, do what you do best and give the ball to your best football player. Don't worry about what the play is. Just give the ball to your best football player. And they run options best. They ought to stay with them.
Bring the chains out here with 8:26 to go in regulation. that's what they would actually prefer. 3rd and inches. They get a free down here. And 2 downs to get the first down. Well, the unknown coach from Arizona, but if you talk to folks in the coaching business, they will tell you that Dick Tomey has done a great job at Arizona, replacing Larry Smith, who jumped over to Southern California. One of the best recruiters in the business right there.
In the last 2 years, they're 2nd in the number of wins in the Pac-10, so he's been doing a good job.
Greathouse is in the backfield. Hampton is there along with McGill. Malaloulu is the quarterback. Malaloulu faking, now throwing, almost intercepted.
Boy, I'll tell you.
That was Williams, number 14, who was right there. But remember now, they've got 4th down to come back and get the first down. There's your riverboat gambler.
I know it. I tell you, personally, I just think when you're in this kind of a situation, he's making all the fakes. He does a good job, good poise. See that he has them all fooled, but he darn near throws the interception right there. Almost throws the interception. Don't take chances when you're in a position to win the football game. Go ahead and beat on him.
Now they bring in their big fullback, Mike Stridnick, and he is in the backfield with Malaloulu going for the first down. Dick, let's talk about it. This was a great fake by Malaloulu, except everybody didn't bite.
Well, it was a good fake. See, the pursuit came from the backside. He fooled everybody in front where he was coming out, but on the backside, someone came in there chasing him, and then the crossing pattern he tried to throw, there was a guy in front of it, and he tried to throw it anyway.
1st and 10. The ball is at the UCLA 25-yard line. Greathouse stuffed in the middle. The Bruins were ready. Shaw and Tuala, number 66, there defensively.
Say Tupi Tuwala and Mitch Shaw. They have really shut down the rushing game. Look at this. Running back 100 yards or more, 9 wins, 3 losses. And, you know, that same statistics hold up in the National Football League. Over the last 7 years, it's 73% win when you have a running back run for 100 yards.
Malaloulu is a left-handed quarterback. Let's not forget that. The wide side is off to his left right now on 2nd and 10.
They're going to come after him off the point here. Here they come.
Steps away from the pressure. Sprints free. Inside the 10-yard line for an Arizona first down. Dion Lambert tackled him after a 14-yard gain.
Mobility at the quarterback position so critical. He has going to see the pressure coming off here, and he's able to duck up underneath it. You'll see it appear. Here comes one. He's up inside. There's another coming up outside, and there he goes. Good move. Look at that mobility.
And add on a personal foul against the Bruins.
Don't lose your cool, guys. You know that Malaloulu was an academic athletic honor student in high school. He's not just a quarterback. Malaloulu is a smart young man.
Dick, as a result of the personal foul, the ball placed down near the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Arizona.
I don't know who committed the personal foul, but the big thing in critical situations is to control your enthusiasm and in your intensity to help you, not hurt you. Guess what they'll run, huh?
They set that power eye with the bone, then McGill steps in motion. They load to the right side. It'll be Greathouse into the end zone. Was he down before he went in, however, at the 1-yard line? They're going to spot it there. So it'll be 2nd and goal.
Greathouse didn't get to play much football last year. He had an injured heel, and he missed almost 6 or 7 football games. And here he is getting to play now. Deep eye handoff. You can see number 60, the offensive left guard, Rick Warren, pulling around the point, and he cuts up behind it. This is a great shot. How'd you like to be linebacker, ladies and gentlemen? You're sitting home on the couch. You think you'd have made that play? Brent would have, I know that. He just stepped up there and knocked him on his canaster.
A lot of help. 2nd down and goal. Greathouse over the top with a great flying effort for the score. Arizona 1 point away from a tie.
Now the kicker, Costin, coming in, has 9 for 9 for PATs. He has not missed one this year. He has 41 consecutive PATs in his career coming into this ball game. Here's what you have to do to score when there's a lot of people there that don't like you. You have to get up over the top. And Turner was up where he had to be. They just didn't have far to go, and he got it in there.
Ooh. Bad snap when they finally got it down. Deflected over for the extra point. Better to be lucky than good. What a great job by the Holder brand.
Good thing Coach Stoney goes to school, goes to church every Sunday, I'll tell you that.
Run down, feeling low, a strange sinking sensation. You may be experiencing furniture fatigue. Fortunately, there's a way to start feeling fine. Chipper again. With Rent-A-Center's worry-free guarantee, we match any competitor's price on stylish, new brand name merchandise. No credit checks or credit card debt. No extra charge for delivery, setup, or service. And you gotta love it or your money back. So relax with Rent-A-Center. We make it easy to make it your own.
Here's important news for property owners. Do you break your back every year raking, blowing, bagging, and hauling leaves and other yard debris? Does it seem like you'll never finish this job? Well, now you can clear acres of leaves, sticks, pine needles, and grass while you sit. Introducing the new 9-horsepower Cyclone Rake XL. And the most advanced line of cyclone rakes ever. With revolutionary jetpack vacuum technology, they're the most powerful and clog-free lawn vacuums anywhere. The Cyclone Rake works with nearly any riding mower. Its powerful vacuum turbine gives you 10 times the lifting power of most mowers and many times the hauling capacity, up to 415 gallons in a single load. That's more than 12 of these giant 33-gallon lawn barrels. The Cyclone Rake is so powerful, it lifts and mulches just about any yard debris in a single pass. Deep leaf cover and thick grass just disappear. Look how it transforms this overgrown field into a fairway. It even turns debris like this into mulch like this. Volume is reduced many times in size. Our power vacuum pickup accessory is just amazing. It gives you professional cleanup power and goes everywhere your mower can't reach. Unloading the Cyclone Rake is easy too. Just back up to your compost site and drive away. If you have curbside pickup, our optional power bagger accessory automatically mulches and bags curbside ready as you drive. Our optional power unloader accessory lets you unload to places you can't even drive to, like over a fence, into a truck, or right uphill. Best of all, the Cyclone Rake folds up flat and hangs right on the wall. It's easy to store in any garage. Call 1-877-321-4473 or visit CycloneRake.com today for your free no-obligation Cyclone Rake information kit. Act now, and we'll also include a $150 savings certificate towards any Cyclone Rake purchase. That's 1-877-321-4473 or CycloneRake.com. Call now to see how easy it is to turn back-breaking yard cleanup into a ride in the park.
There's the young man that made the long snap walking with the trainer.
That's a precarious spot, that long snapper.
Yeah, it is. You've got your head down there, and you got drilled pretty good.
Always watching for a trick kick, although you would not expect him to pull anything right here.
But you see how they're lined up, really clustered. They have been known to just turn from that position and sprint and kick the ball. That's why you have to defense that position.
Now they back off. UCLA was aligned in case they came with it.
Remember, we said at the start of the show, UCLA has been great. Their 2 wins have coming back and coming from behind to win the football game. They have another opportunity, or actually it's even right now, but someone's going to do it.
Had a punt return for a touchdown that was called back. That's Brown, buried at the 12-yard line. 88 yards for Tommy Maddox and the Bruins here with 5:53. Neither team has used a timeout here in the second half. There's the shocker of the day. 36-31. Stanford and Dennis Green upsetting Notre Dame. Miami ousting Florida State. I can't remember the last time numbers 1 and 2 lost on the same Saturday. I'm sure somebody out there knows right away. And Auburn with a tough game. They may not jump too high. Michigan with a loss to Notre Dame. Well, could wind up number 1. What an interesting vote for everybody this week. 1st and 10. Coming out now from the 12. One setback behind Maddox. And he will use it, but for no gain as Ty Parton brings him down.
That Ty Parton last year played offense and defense in the ball game. Here, Illinois jumped up on top of Ohio State.
what you predicted. But I never could get you to get out on a limb on this one.
Gosh, I love both of these guys. You know what? Of course, they don't want to tie either. I don't like to see anybody lose.
Second down and 10. Smith in front of Brown in the eye. The fake. Maddox to throw. Complete. Close to a first down. Moore the receiver. And Lewis with coverage for the Wildcats.
Earlier I mentioned how he extends the ball to hand the football off. Now watch him to extend and now fake it, put the ball in the hip and hide it. He comes out there. Hard for the defenders to see that. Good fake, good execution.
Dick, it's 3rd and 1. Smith, the fullback. They load up the eye. They add Wills.
They're in an unbalanced line, too, sent right to short field.
So Wright figures to open a hole. Smith, the ball carrier, and he gets the first down for the Bruins.
Give it to the big guy. 250-pound fullback. Out of Oakland Skyline High School, coached by Coach Tony Fardella.
I called that first down too quickly. They're going to bring the chains out.
Well, they have to earn their pay. Those guys, chainmen, are getting paid today, too, you know. I think he
This is
made it.
a big measurement.
He made it.
That's what I thought originally. That was not even close.
Been a good football game. Hard. Both teams playing very hard. Some good individual defensive plays as well as good individual offensive play.
Your feeling about the progress of Maddox? We saw him beaten by Michigan a couple weeks ago.
Well, Michigan is a different team. I mean, it's almost in a different league right now. They're a far superior football team to any college team we've seen.
Bruins with a first down. Move the tight end over to the left. And they run the toss with Brown. He breaks one tackle. Glonick is there.
Glonick and also I think Ty Parton coming down from the backside. Good backside pursuit by the defense. Number 96, Glonick, is an interesting story. Went to University of Iowa, 86 and 88. Played in 10 games in 87. Dropped out. Disciplinary reasons, could not play at Arizona last year. Now he's playing and playing hard.
Second down and 8.
Man-to-man coverage. They're coming after him. Maybe he's audibly. Option.
They'll toss it. Brown. Close to another first down. Lewis may have hit him short. Dick, the Honda Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by American Honda, who is proud to support amateur athletics. This week's award goes to Bud Bowie, junior offensive guard from the University of Oregon. What a great time we had up there in Eugene as Bud and his teammates upset BYU 32-16. And Honda presents a check for $2,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Oregon. His grade point average in biology, 3.64. 3rd and short with the play stopped by the officials.
Timeout, UCLA.
The Bruins use a timeout here at 2:54. We'll also seize the opportunity to break away.
My dad's super watch. When my dad takes me to the NASCAR races, he always knows when it's going to be sunny and when the rain is coming. He knows the easiest way to the track by using his compass. And during the race, he times the laps of the best NASCAR drivers. He just touches his T-touch. T-So, more than a watch.
Hearty taste, naturally nutritious. Planters, instinctively good.
Here's big news on term life insurance. Now you can get the protection your family needs from one of the nation's most respected insurers at great rates. Matrix Direct now offers quality coverage from American General Life Insurance Company, a highly rated insurer with over 75 years of experience. A 40-year-old man can get a $250,000 policy for just under $15 a month. A 40-year-old woman can get that same coverage for less than $14 a month. This is insurance you can depend on from American General Life, one of the nation's strongest insurance companies. American General Life will be there when you need protection most. Call now for your free quote on quality term life insurance. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation.
Call Matrix Direct now for your free quote. Call 1-800-887-8512. It only takes 5 minutes to get a free quote. That's 1-800-887-8512 or visit AIGtermlife.com.
Sunday mornings, wake up to one more great college football game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
He's got great speed. Touchdown.
Here's the play. First National Powers Battle on ESPN and ABC. Then, ESPN Classic takes the best game and re-airs at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Top teams, key rivalries, awesome college football. The ESPN College Football Game of the Week, 9 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Classic.
3rd and short for UCLA with 2:54 to go. Split backs. Wills and Smith with Maddox keeping it for the first down. We started the broadcast today talking about the standings in the Pac-10. UCLA unbeaten in the conference. 2 come from behind wins against Stanford and Washington State. Arizona, and boy, I'll tell you, Arizona's really the cardiac kids. Yeah. They held off Oregon in the closing seconds. Couldn't get the job done again against California. Now Dick Tomey in the midst of another nail-biter coming right down to the final 2 minutes with the score tied. You would think, looking at the standings, that UCLA could afford a tie better than Arizona. However, UCLA's closing schedule is murderous, and they wanted to get a little daylight today. Maddox off a play fake. Receivers are covered, and he'll go down for the sack.
Well, Arizona came in here the leading sacking team in the Pac-10, and you can see why. They wanted to throw the play action. The coverage took the pattern away. He had no place to go. Obviously no check down receiver to throw to. Therefore, he gets sacked. He reaches back, makes the good play action fake. He gets back. Now he's looking left. There's a slot formation pattern going down there. Good penetration up inside that blocks vision. Parton, number 99.
And Maddox.
And Maddox. And Maddox was the Pac-10 leader coming into this ball game in sacks.
2nd down and 15. Maddox back in that shotgun. Hand off to Brown.
Well, he got it up now to 3rd and 9. Good call by Homer Smith.
Time running down, trying to get down for Daloiso. What about Daloiso's distance? What are we talking about as far as UCLA is concerned?
Well, Daloiso is 7 for 7 inside 40-yard lines coming into this ball game. So that's what they're trying to do. But I'll tell you, sometimes coaches get themselves beat thinking field goal, way too soon. You know, there's nothing wrong with breaking a good, well-executed offensive play and score, you know, you edge it down there, and you put the ball in the hands, and the game in the hands of one guy, and he shanks it over the left standard, you know. I've been there. I know every once in a while I say, what'd I do that for?
So if we don't get a Daloiso, the most dangerous man for UCLA today has been number 2.
Yeah, you're going to get the ball in his hands.
That's Scott Miller, the wide man. Arizona called a timeout. We'll get our bookkeeping straight here. Both coaches with 2 timeouts remaining and a minute and a half. And we're tied at 21.
You stop and look back through the ball game. Arizona's interception in the end zone of the Maddox pass on the play action pass, and then the punt return called back on a clip. You got a tie football game.
$7-0 UCLA. The first catch by Miller. Arizona from behind. Fields 1-yard run. Up 14-7. Then it was Mala'ulu tying it up. That's the way it's been going all day. Miller's 3rd. Arizona tying it. Last minute and a half now. LaChapelle is the slot man. Maddox on 3rd and long will throw to Wills coming out of the backfield, and Wills gets a first down before he's out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A 1st and 10 for the Bruins coach.
That was designed all the way just to get the ball in his hands quickly. He's a very elusive type runner. Not great speed, but great balance and very shifty in the open field. He can make you miss. Now they're going to see run almost like a little pick right here. They're screening off with the slot man and the tight end in motion, or rather slot man in motion. Screen off the defense inside and get him out there in the open one-on-one, or none-on-one, what they'd like.
They're going to give him Miller and Moore wide, 2 tight ends, and Smith the lone setback with a 1st and 10. Smith swinging to the left, bangs ahead for about 5 yards, and a penalty marker comes down.
Personal foul. Oh, it's face mask. Face mask.
A 1st down and a costly mistake by Arizona.
Oh, yeah, he's got his helmet, took it right off his head. Yeah, see, that's more than incidental contact. That's 15 yards.
Bobby Rowland.
Bobby Rowland. He's an academic All-American, as I said, out of junior college, so he's smart enough not to do that on purpose.
Now 1:20, and UCLA getting closer and closer. 2 timeouts to go. The ball is at the Arizona 36-yard line.
Right now,
a slight breeze would be in Deluiso's face if they have to settle for a field goal attempt. Fake to Brown. On the move. Intercepted by Lewis, the game breaker. Lewis is free on the sideline. He'll score. Lewis for the touchdown. Arizona scores. This one's not over. There's 50 seconds to go. 28-21, Dick. Great play.
Great play. Went to the well one too many times with this little short out pattern. Play action rolling to the left of your screen. He comes out there, makes a nice fake, does everything right. He's throwing in front of a great tailback. Little wildly throw, hung it up out there, and he comes up, and that's the 3rd touchdown interception return for him in one season. Didn't he have 2 coming into this ball game? I know he had 1 against Oregon. Outstanding play.
Well, there's a man who had been picked on all day, but yet the great ones always come through in crunch time. And Darrell Lewis did exactly that with a 70-yard touchdown return. The 3rd interception Tommy Maddox has thrown today, but he still has 50 seconds, speed on the outside with which to work here. And they are instructing Lewis in that secondary how to play the last 50 seconds, not to ease up now against Maddox. The one thing he can do is throw deep very well.
That was Coach Dwayne Aquina, the secondary coach, talking to him about just what Brent was saying, how to play in this situation, what he wants from the coverage.
See, if they elect to take this kickoff deep, you would think that they would in this situation. Let Brown, who is standing there at the Bruins 6-yard line, see what he can do. A shocking turn of events as UCLA appeared to be driving for a winning touchdown or at least a field goal attempt, and suddenly that man, number 4, Darrell Lewis.
He says we'll start out playing zone. Did you hear him say that?
Give them the short stuff underneath and make them go the distance if they can in 50 seconds. UCLA must stop the clock as they move along. On the ground, they're going to have decent field position, not spectacular, but they're out to the 29-yard line. Clock at 46 seconds.
Nice play by Jay Phillips, number 23.
You know, the play that Lewis made against Oregon was when he tackled Bill Musgrave. That's one that certainly Coach Brooks and Musgrave will never forget. They'll use the shotgun on first down. Good protection. Throws complete to Moore.
Gotta get out of bounds.
And the first down, 38 seconds to go. UCLA 51 yards away on the 20-yard pass to Reggie Moore.
How many timeouts do they have? They each have 2 timeouts left.
The short side is to Maddox's left. The slot to his right. Maddox across the line of scrimmage. First down. Have to stop the clock quickly.
Oh, timeout now. He has to. Got one more left. See, they're in that 2 deep prevent type coverage right now, and when you pop up inside like that, the 2 safeties are really deep.
They didn't have to call one. The chains move for the first down in college football. Ball is at the 35-yard line. Maddox again from the shotgun, driving the Bruins, throwing, diving attempt over there on the far sideline to Reggie Moore, incomplete. The clock stops at 18 seconds.
I thought I saw Maddox jump up and call timeout. That's why I mentioned that, right?
On Hallis and Landry, there are no refs, just timekeepers. It's time for Campbell's Chunky, hearty soups to feed an NFL-size hunger. Campbell's Chunky, meals that fill you up right.
Struggling with credit card debt? Is it difficult just making your minimum payments? Tired of the harassing calls? If you're in substantial credit card debt and need help, call now and settle your accounts for less than you owe. Call the Hermosa Group today to find out how you can quickly and easily eliminate your debt for less than you owe. Life can be better. Call the Hermosa Group now. Get a low monthly payment that fits your budget. Call now.
Wednesdays at 10, the sports guy, ESPN's Bill Simmons, picks his favorite NBA games of all time. Marquee matchups, the best we've ever seen.
Let's see that again.
ESPN Classics NBA Game of the Week, 10 p.m. Wednesdays.
Tonight on ESPN Classic, at 8, Holyfield versus De Leon, a title bout from '88. At 10, top 5 reasons you can't blame Charles Barkley for not being a role model. And at 10:30, why you can't blame Dennis Rodman for being a bad boy. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
I've always wanted to have a pool. To me, that was my dream.
If you've ever dreamed of the perfect swim, or exercise, fun with your family, or relaxation at the end of the day, order a free DVD or video to learn more about the endless pool. Your personal pool at home.
Nice and small, compact.
A regular pool, first of all, you have turns that you have to concentrate on. Here, it's endless. You're swimming in place, which is a great opportunity to be able to work on your stroke technique.
In your basement, run downstairs, turn it on, you're there. It's like having a treadmill in your basement.
You know, I'll come downstairs and there'll be sometimes 7 or 8 kids in the pool, and they're always grabbing onto the bar, cranking it all the way up.
Indoors or outside.
Call 800-319-9716 or visit our website for a free DVD.
UCLA and Terry Donahue, Arizona and Dick Tomey. Now 35 yards away. UCLA must have the touchdown. Donahue must think whether to go for 1 or 2. He's in a conference. Down right now, 28-21. Maddox throws, incomplete at the 10-yard line. Hammerschmidt was there. Michael Moore, the intended receiver, and number 15 was working there defensively. 12 seconds left on the clock.
See, the other thing you're thinking as a defensive coach calling the signals now. How loose of zones do I play?
And it'll be Arizona, which will use a timeout. The defense will get it together with 12 seconds to go. How about a hook and ladder play from Homer? Has he got that in his bag of tricks?
There's Homer Smith right there in the middle of your screen. He's talking to down on the field.
He's the calmest man in the ballpark.
Yeah, he's probably the brightest.
I wouldn't argue that. He better come up with an answer here.
Yeah. You know, that third degree he has in the seminary might come in handy right now, too.
Yes. Second down. That's really not as important as Tommy Maddox trying to get the ball into the end zone to somebody and at least have an effort on a deflected pass or anything. He's got 12 seconds. He'll get 2 pass plays off here. That's what he figures to do.
The other thing I would do, I would put my receivers in the ball game that have the best broken field running ability. Because if he is forced to throw the ball in front of the zones, then you have the opportunity to break a tackle, shake and break, and get it in the end zone. Red shirt freshman. We talk about being put under the gun early. He threw an interception for a touchdown last week in the Washington State game and then came back and beat him.
Miller, LaChapelle, and Moore are the wide man. Wills is into the backfield.
They're going to come after him. A little pressure here. They're coming after him.
Maddox throws. Miller's free. Deflected out of the end zone.
I'll tell you, that was a guts defense decision. I'm sure that Coach Tomey had to enter into Larry McDuff, the defensive coordinator's decision, but they were tight, man-to-man, and they said, we're going after him, and UCLA did a good job of picking up the stunts and the linebacker blitzes. Look at this right here. This is close. He had a step on him, too. Just a good defense by Rowland.
Did a great job, and we're down to the last play of the game.
Now what do? Do you play the man-to-man or do you play the zone? I think you play the zone. Substitute a fresh defensive lineman or 2 in there. Even if they aren't as good, they are fresh, they'll rush better.
There is one decision that Terry Donahue dearly wants to make here this afternoon. Do I go for 1 or go for 2? He would love to have that option right now.
Yes, he would.
It's 28-21. 5 seconds to go. 4th down, and this is it for Maddox.
You know what I would do? I'd go for the tie if I were in that situation.
Well, let's take a break and check out that beautiful campus down in Tucson at the University of Arizona. We'll come right back for the last play.
Extreme power of Energizer Lithium, the world's longest lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
What do you think of Mike Wallace and the Geico Chevrolet?
Whatever. He's out there selling car insurance. I'm out there to win.
Isn't he your cousin?
I didn't say I wouldn't go fishing with the man. All I'm saying is, he comes near me, I'll put him in the wall.
But you don't race in the Busch Series.
Listen, go-kart track, grocery store, those remote-controlled boats. When it comes to Mike Wallace, story ends with me putting him in the wall.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Attention, diabetic patients with Medicare.
I have diabetes, and testing my blood sugar on my fingers every day is so painful. I wish there were a better way.
Now, there is. With this meter, you can test on your arm with less pain. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Minch, and I've been taking care of diabetic patients for over 30 years. With this new meter, you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. You can test on your arm. It hurts less. Some patients say it doesn't hurt at all.
I called and got my meter. Now my fingers don't hurt anymore.
The club will send your diabetes supplies right to your home, and we will bill Medicare. Membership is free, and so is shipping. So call us now.
Call now to get your meter and test with less pain. Call Diabetes Care Club at 1-800-914-6400. That's 1-800-914-6400.
Call now. I'm glad I did.
With Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger, and Dick Vermeil's heart is pounding. Two fellows who work for him on the coaching staff here at UCLA have brought it down to the final 5 seconds.
I don't think they'd want it any other way. These guys compete. They compete when they jog together, when they play golf together.
And UCLA will use a timeout. They'll huddle again. Darrell Lewis, a 70-yard interception. What a storyline here today. They pick on him early with Miller. They beat him deep for a couple of touchdowns. He sits there and sits there, the leader for the Jim Thorpe, an All-American candidate, touted by the pros, and then he comes through with a great interception. Now it's Tommy Maddox's turn. Here it is, last 5 seconds. Everybody out. Maddox will throw it in the end zone.
He's crossed the line of scrimmage.
Covered! Caught! Touchdown! UCLA!
He's across the line of scrimmage.
Penalty marker down. It doesn't count.
He crossed the line of scrimmage. I saw him do it.
It's going to be a heartbreak for the crowd.
Brent, you know, I was thinking that he's an inexperienced kid. I saw him step up in that hole, and I said, don't cross the line of scrimmage, and I was watching him, and he did.
It'll end. Sean LaChapelle's catch goes for naught. A heartbreak for Terry Donahue.
I think you'll see, here he is right here. Now you follow him as he slides up inside the pocket. Gets outside rush. He's got, you know, they're rushing 3-man. Johnson, 47, come around the outside. Glonick inside. Now he steps up. Now he's over the line of scrimmage. He actually didn't even have to move that far up in there.
But at the other end, what an unbelievable catch by LaChapelle. Now there is another flag that has been thrown. I don't know that you can end a game on a defense. Hold on just a second. We've got a personal foul being called on the quarterback, Tommy Maddox, and you cannot end a game.
Forward pass by the offense. Quarterback was beyond the line of scrimmage. Penalty includes a loss of down. That'll be Arizona's ball, 1st and 10. We have a dead ball foul, personal foul on a UCLA 15-yard penalty. Arizona will have to play 1 play. They will extend the quarter 1 play.
That could be a new rule. Anytime you have a contact with an official or anything happens, it now is an automatic personal foul.
Here he is again. Now you see the 3-man rush. Ty Parton, 99, coming out the outside. Now he's moving forward, moving forward. He's moving forward. You can see the line of scrimmage flag right here. Freeze it right there. Freeze it right there. Here's the line of scrimmage. You can see his foot going across it right there. Go ahead, roll it. There he's across, yep. By a foot. I'll tell you, when you talk about a game being a game of inches, whoo. Look at who's upset, the chancellor. The chancellor of the university. He's standing behind Coach Donahue. There's Chuck Young, the chancellor. He's a competitor. Look at him. Get after him, Chuck. You can do it. You're the boss.
Now the possession change.
He loves to
dead ball foul. Arizona will take this, kneel down, and leave with a 28-21 victory. There it is. Arizona wins it. Tremendous triumph for him. Darrell Lewis, our hero, is our Chevrolet MVP for Arizona, and Scott Miller, who scored 3 touchdowns.